What's up, cheekies? It's your girl Pudgekin, and yes, this is a mic. This is my hand. The mic is in my hand. Why? You'll find out real quick. But anyways, how are you? I missed y'all. It's been a minute. I was sick, and then the holiday season kicked my ass. What can I say? But I think, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just something in the air right now, or maybe it just happens to be my algorithm at the moment. But I have been doing a lot of reminiscing, okay? So I don't know about y'all, but I have been getting videos recommended to me, Instagram posts, TikToks, things that are like showing up for me of things that legitimately is like unlocking core memories for me. Like, it's crazy. Like, some of these things I'm just like, holy shit, I have not seen these in like a hot minute. Like, oh my god, like some of these things, it like freaked me out, you know what I mean? Like, not in a scary way, but it's just like, it's like, I feel like that feeling of remembering something that like you haven't seen in like a very long time is such a crazy feeling. Because then all of a sudden you're just kind of, you're sitting there, you're scrolling through your phone, and then all of a sudden, holy shit, that looks so familiar. What is that called? Wait, when was this? And then especially when you find out how old it is. Oh girl, like I literally, age, I swear to God. I kind of like fell into a rabbit hole of remembering things that I used to like see or do, or things that I used to play, like games that I used to play when I was younger that I have not seen in a very long time. So I am starting a little sub-series of my YouTube channel, okay, called Nostalgia Nook. All right, so I encourage all of you to gather around into the Nostalgia Nook. Get your PJs on, get your blankies. All right, and here's the most important part. Get your bev, all right, because it's about to get really nostalgic, very cozy. I'm super excited, and I hope you like this new sub-series. So my fellow cheekies, for today's Nostalgia Nook, we will be going through memory lanes of a time where we all got to play and have fun around snow, around water, but more importantly, we were all penguins. And I recall this game as Club Penguin. This game is definitely a core memory of mine. Not sure if it is a core memory of yours. If it is, please leave a comment. If it's not, leave a comment anyways. Leave a like. That won't hurt nobody. Club Penguin was definitely a time where I wouldn't say it's my first exposure to like an internet chat type game, like an MMORPG type game. But I wasn't like a heavy like online gamer, if that makes sense. Like I think it was definitely one of my first, because I mean, I believe before this I was just playing like CD-ROM like games, like computer games, or whatever console was available at this time. Because what was that? It was 2005 console. The Wii? Oh girl, Xbox 360 and the Wii were out in 2005. Oh girl, yeah. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. So around the time Club Penguin came out, and it launched officially on October 24th in 2005. Okay, is that the exact date? I hope so. I'm going off of Wikipedia, so bear with me. But still, 2005, that makes sense to me, because around that time, or even later, you got the other consoles coming out, or came out already. Xbox 360, that's a good one. Y'all remember her. I had her too. The Wii, she slayed. Ahead of her time. Wish she would come back. And what the other PlayStation 3, girl, did not get the PlayStation 3. I did not get that, but yeah, it was just like an interesting time, because we had these other consoles, but we had Club Penguin. And this was like shortly before Club Penguin got acquired by Disney. And of course, with Disney's backing, it was pushed and advertised a lot more. I do remember playing like briefly, like I started playing briefly before Disney acquired it, because I remember even getting the message or even seeing it, I guess on the news or something, where all of a sudden I just see Club Penguin and then I see Disney's Club Penguin, and I was just like, oh, Disney got Club Penguin. I don't know what that means, but Disney has Club Penguin is Disney now. And then I'm over here sitting like, Club Penguin? Are they gonna have a princess? Is there gonna be a princess penguin? Oh my god. But yeah, it was just one of those things that I thought, I don't know, I think I was just a little delulu, but I thought that maybe at some point I was gonna see like Club Penguin have a Disney movie, Pixar movie or some, you know, shit like that, but they didn't. It's okay. I'm not mad. I'm not hurt either. It's okay. But anyways, from what I understand, Disney acquired Club Penguin in 2007. I believe, if I'm reading this correctly, it was sold for $350.93 million. Again, I hope that's correct. I hope that's a correct number, or at least close. But that's a lot of money for this game. But they definitely saw a lot of potential because it was popping off. I'm telling you, this game was popping off. And I'll get into that. I want to include this fact because I didn't know this, and again, I hope it is a fact. But in December of that year, the New York Times asserted that the game attracts 7 times more traffic than Second Life. Second Life? Holy crap. When I read this, I was like, first of all, I'm not surprised. I think at the time Second Life was kind of dying. But I think it's crazy to even compare it to Second Life, because Second Life was definitely a game that was more catered to adults. I know kids were playing it anyways. Again, the internet. Second Life? Holy crap. Another game I'm not gonna get into right now, but that's another game that I haven't played in such a long time. So if any of you guys have played Second Life, let me know below. And if you want to see me talk about that game, I would also appreciate a comment. Club Penguin was just so popular, you know? Club Penguin was, I think what was very appealing to a lot of people, especially for me. Okay, let's start with me. Why the heck do I like Club Penguin? Okay, Club Penguin, I swear, I don't even know how I even got into it. Like, I'm trying so hard to remember. I want to believe I saw an ad on TV or something like that, because, you know, during this time, even when you're watching like cartoon channels like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network or Disney Channel, you know, it's catered to kids, right? You get like candy commercials, you get like toy commercials, but there was a period of time where I remember seeing a lot of online game ads. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all remember Wizard 101? I remember seeing that all the time, and then I remember seeing it even more, and I'm just like, y'all still haven't updated like your commercial, because like I've seen modern commercials at this point, and then I'm just like, y'all still kind of look the same. No shade, but I'm only saying that because I've never played Wizard 101. But the commercials, I do remember it. I also remember Toontown. Toontown, I definitely had played because I kept seeing the ads for it, where you always see the character, the Disney like Mickey Mouse looking character you get to like customize. You get to go against cogs and things like that. It was like, yeah, play with your friends. And then it was like, it's online and you could throw pies at cogs and like do missions and all this cool stuff. So it was like, I don't know if I can find like the exact ad that I saw that I was like, that's the game. That's the game I want to play. But if it wasn't a commercial, it was definitely some sort of ad where I saw the penguin. That penguin design is so simple, but so likable. Like, I'm a big cartoon illustration, like, you know, lover of the arts type of person. All right. Like, but that penguin, if I saw that on the TV, I knew I need to know what was going on, because I definitely must have saw a TV commercial where it was the same as Wizard 101, same as Toontown, some sort of TV commercial telling me, hey, play this game. You get to chat with others. Look, you have a penguin. You can also have an igloo and pets. And I was like, oh my God, I eat that shit up. Are you kidding me? Like, I love games where I can customize. Are you kidding me? I'm a Sims 2 girly, okay? Of course I was interested. The penguin was cute. I was like, I want to make my own. So thus I make my own. And boy, did that game took over my life in that period. So not really, not my life, but just that period of time, I genuinely was a big Club Penguin fan. Was I a crazed fan? Was I buying subscriptions? We'll get into that. But besides me saying I love Club Penguin a lot, a billion times to the moon and back, I'd like to get into why, and maybe let's just think of it as more of like remembering Club Penguin. Okay? I want to get into remembering Club Penguin. This is the time where I'm going to remind you of the fun times that you may have had with Club Penguin, times that I have had with Club Penguin. And if you've never played Club Penguin, I'm going to tell you about some of the things that you could have done if you played Club Penguin. And if you want to try it, it's kind of available today. But yes, Club Penguin, a beautiful game. The design of the game was very appealing, simple, cute. It looked like very easy and welcoming. But the game was so nice. The map was very simple. There was like a few locations from what I remember, but my favorite things was the coffee shop, the pizzeria, the store, the store where you be shopping at, you get your clothes if you had money, the dance club. Oh, we all were at that nightclub, us little kids over there just dancing away. No alcohol, but we just love to dance on the dance floor, I mean, there was the ski lodge. It was such a simple concept. Create a map where it's basically penguins on a big iceberg type thing, where it's just one big ice all over water, but it had different locations and it was nice. And then on top of that, it expanded. I mean, the ice land, if you want to call it that, didn't get bigger, but more things was added and it was so cool. And I like that. At the time I was like, ooh, updates? What? More free content? And I'm gonna say free loosely, but we'll get into that. I believe that, Club Penguin, its map, and even the penguins, again, that simple design, but it was just it was simple, but you can customize to make yourself unique. And it was so beautiful, Me as a penguin with I could be blue. I'll be a blue penguin wearing a helicopter hat and dancing over here. Could be friends with a purple penguin that had a top hat on. And we were chilling. It was very beautiful. I do remember the whole chat feature too. And that was a very interesting dynamic because when I first started playing, there wasn't the type to chat feature. I remember it was a lot of clicking to communicate. You had to select from a list of short phrases or whatever if you wanted to communicate with somebody, or do a little emote if you want to send them a heart or a happy face or whatever. But I remember when they introduced more servers, and servers where most of them were typed to chat, and then there was only choose to chat type thing to type to chat everything, and then there was probably 4 servers where they were specifically a click to chat type thing. You know what I mean? It was very interesting because you went from talking to a fellow penguin that had the same list of language as you, to having these text conversations. And what I mean by text, I mean it looked girl was texting me on her Sidekick or whatever phone she had, because it was a lot of abbreviated sentences and things like that. No punctuations, no full words, not barely a full sentence, but it was that type of like people were chatting, okay? And of course, that led to some things. I remember they were very strict on like no swear words or anything. Let's just say I did one time wanted to see what would happen if I said a bad word. I think I said fuck. I don't know. But I did say a swear, and it was so fast. Oh my God. It was like instant. You got that orange prompt and it said you're banned. I was like, that's crazy. But I did that like later. So let's just say that like I was a very good Club Penguin player. And I only did that towards the end of when I was getting tired of the game, if that makes sense. Like I was kind of just like not vibing with Club Penguin anymore. So I just remembered, I was like, for shits and giggles, let me see what happens if I said a bad word. And then I did it, and then all of a sudden, gone. So I was just like, well, that's the end. But it was happening to a lot of people. Like a lot of people would say a bad word and disappear. Like it was Thanos snap out of here, you know, these other penguins. So they were very strict on that. Also, I feel like I tried to stay in like not the jam-packed servers, because you couldn't even see. Like I remember before you joined a server, you could kind of see like how full it is. So I kind of like would skip, kind of go down to like the mid-range where it was like average amount of people, but I didn't want to go to like the choose to chat type thing. But yeah, that was the chat feature. I do remember. I think the only other memory I had about chatting was I think I tried to make a penguin my boyfriend. I was a kid. I was like, oh, he likes hanging out with me. Oh my God, I think he's my boyfriend. And all he did was like played one mini game with me, and then I was just like, oh my God, we're like in love. Oh my God. So embarrassing. But anyways, the next thing I kind of want to get into is Puffles and that god dang membership. Okay, so it's kind of a situation right now where I'm like, do I want to tell you the good news or the bad news? Okay, good news is definitely the Puffles. The bad news is the subscription. So let's talk about the good news first. Let's lighten you guys up a little bit. So Puffles. Ooh. Drove a Club Penguin player insane. When they introduced Puffles, oh my God, it's like a rabid animal foaming at the mouth. Like we definitely would, like, we gotta have it. It's like whatever the frick that little fluff ball was, we wanted it, and we wanted it in every color, and we want it all over our igloo doing whatever the frick it does. Like whatever that animal thing is, put it everywhere in our igloo. I remember, at least if I remember correctly, I think a normal account can have up to 2 Puffles for free. Like I think I had one red one and one blue one. Do I remember their names? Heck no. But I do remember having 2. And I remember like, I think interacting with them. I remember them playing with like a little ball or something. And then them jumping around and like doing like little like movements. And it was so cute. And I was like, oh my God, my penguin has pets. Like this is amazing. I don't know what the heck a Puffle is, but I loved it, and so many other players loved it too. They added more stuff to entice you, and that goes to my bad news, the subscription. The membership, as you may call it too. That membership was basically trying to say you gotta pay to play. Not really. Technically, it's not a pay to play, okay? You don't have to pay to play Club Penguin. But like, you kind of do. You know what I mean? Like if you wanted to be like one of the cool kids, you know, especially without even knowing what FOMO was. Like this is a time that like no one was saying FOMO yet. You had FOMO. You had it bad. You know what I mean? People that had the membership was like I was so jealous of them. I was like, what the frick? You're telling me that they can buy more Puffles and they can accessorize not only themselves but the Puffles too, and might I add, you can only customize your igloo if you had the membership too. I remember being invited into like a random penguin's house and seeing that they had their whole igloo decorated like this. And then my igloo looked like this. Like, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? I was just like so upset. I was like, how do I get that? You have to pay. Oh, so can I just like play games and just win money that way? Like, you know, like normally? No, you had to use your real cash. Like your real money that you didn't have, but your parents had in their bag, their wallet, their purse. Like you had to use actual money to get these virtual things. You know what I mean? Oh goodness. I don't know about y'all, but I was so upset. I was like, oh, now I have to ask my mom for money. I'm a kid. Okay. Yeah, it was just weird. Like it didn't make sense. Plus it was a subscription. I feel like if it was like a one-time thing, like for example, with like buying a game, you pay one set price, you get the whole game. So I think this whole subscription thing for a game, at least for me, this was my first exposure. I know there was also like Neopets and things like that, but nah, this was, and Toontown, that was another subscription too, I remember. But I will say, at some point, your girl won. I got a membership card because they were selling these cards. I remember I would always see them when we go to Walmart, Target. I think any of like the pharmacy like places, you would see those Club Penguin cards, okay? And I remember I finally got one. I'm pretty sure I only got the 1 month though. I don't think I got 6 months. But if you wanted 1 month subscription, it was $5.95. Again, I hope all of these numbers are correct, or at least close to, but we're gonna roll with it. 6 months, $29.95. And then if you wanted 1 year subscription, $57.95. All right, my mom was not gonna give me $57.95 at that point. She would just say, just get an actual game. A game that you don't only get to like play like for a year and then whatever. So I'm just like, okay, fine. But I got 1 month and I was very happy. I splurged. That 1 month, I was grinding, like being able to like continue working at like mini games and getting coins and stuff so that I can like buy stuff with the exclusive membership access. And here I am getting another Puffle. Here I am. I think I ended up getting like 4. I think I had 4 Puffles at the end. I kind of had like maybe a rug or something, 2, 3 things added. I know I got speakers. I remember I got like speakers into my igloo, but it was like whatever I could do. I got some clothes too, actually. I remember I did. I got some clothes because with the clothes, there was a catalog. When you go into like the store, you know, the clothing store, you're gonna go shop, retail therapy, you go there, you see the catalog and it gets updated with like within season or every month or whatever. And I remember, girl, there would be like 5 things that a non-membership person could get. And then everything else, membership. You need the membership. I hated clicking on it. And then you get the pop-up that like, sorry, you need to get the membership. Sorry, blah, 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 blah. You suck. So I remember again, I was splurging that month. Whatever I could get, I tried to get it. Cool. After that, back to being a normal penguin. But, you know, it was still fine because I went through this before some big events started happening. You know, big events started happening in there and it was really cool. My closing note on that topic is if you didn't have the membership, you were lame. And I'll never forget that. Now, 2 more things I want to talk about that I loved was the mini games and the special events. So y'all remember that pizza place, the pizzeria, because you know when you went into that pizzeria, that Italian music or whatever that freaking jingle was would pop off and that was stuck in your head. Because I know till this day when I even go to like a pizzeria or even like times when I try to make like homemade pizza, I play that song. And you know what song I'm talking about. But it was such a vibe because it was so perfect that you go in there and people can just sit at the table. There was the jazz music. It was cool. People be like emoting, chatting, whatever. And then there was the mini game in the back. You know what I mean? The back. you got to make your own pizzas. And that had to be probably one of my favorite games to play. And I think it's because I was a big like Cooking Mama, Diner Dash, Cake Mania, like all those like type of like food, restaurant, bakery types like games. I fucked heavy with that pizza game, bro. Like that game was so fun. I loved just ordering up, and then the shit would get faster, and you're putting the sauce, the cheese, everything, and then the conveyor belt was, you know, maybe it wasn't as fast as I remember in my head, but I just remember it was like slow, and then it was progressively getting faster. You know what I mean? But it was so much fun. Like I loved playing that pizza game. Like it was so sick. Other games that I loved, the minecart game, when you got to go in the mines and then you got to play that one game. It's literally like, what is that game? What am I thinking of? Temple Run. So think of Temple Run, but you're not being chased by anybody. But you literally have this POV that you're like on this cart and you're trying to like dodge at least like things on the left and right of you. But you got to do sick tricks on that. Like you could make it flip, you could do a backflip, you could do a handstand on it. Like it was so random. It was like you're skateboarding but with a minecart and you're like going through like this mine like place. Like it was so cool. I also like the coffee toss game, very simple. You're just like a penguin moving back and forth with your hands like this. It was so random, but I loved it. I also like the racing down like that snow mountain. Like when you go to the ski lodge, you go up. And then like I know a lot of people like playing that because I think at the time that was the only one that you could really have like 4 players on it. So like you really got to race with strangers, like other people online, and it was really cool. The card jujitsu. Call me the king of karate, but that game was so fun. And it's just a simple card game, but I got addicted, and that leads me into events. Club Penguin had so many different like events, and at first I thought it was just more for like the holidays, like for Halloween they do like some sort of Halloween themed, Christmas time, holiday season, winter, like, but they tried to add more things so that it was like this once a small iceberg now feels like so much bigger than it is. And one of that was when they introduced like a dojo. And I remember they put it on the top of this like hill. And when you go up there, it was like, you had a sensei. And then you were like trying to learn the ways of jujitsu. But it was like, you played card games with other people. And it was as simple as playing like with elements. So kind of like how you would play Pokemon in a sense. But when you would play with these cards, it was like, actually no, think of it as like rock, paper, scissors. It's that kind of game where you had the 4 elements. You had water, fire, I think earth, air, something like that. And then one would cancel the other. So you would draw cards and go against other people. And then if you win, or like the more games you would win, the more you would rank up, just like in karate. And girl, you know, I was a black belt. I do remember that. I do remember being a black belt because I was so proud. I remember the other things that they added. I will say this is probably like one of the last things that like when I was still playing, I was playing this part, and then after I think I kind of like I fell off of playing Club Penguin, but it was when you became a secret agent. Just when you thought this game couldn't get any better, I was like, wait, we could be freaking secret agents. And that shit was so well thought out, because it wasn't like a, hey, there's like a secret club you can join, and then, you know, you could get to go to like a new part of the map and it's like a new room or whatever. It was like more than that. Like you can actually like, I remember you would be a part of the secret agent. Like I think you start off by getting like a random anonymous mail or something like that. I don't remember entirely, but I do remember like the secret agent part where you were kind of like a spy, but you were trying to figure out the doings of that one polar bear, which I can't remember, and his sidekick, which was like a crab. So cute. That shit was so cute, bro. Oh my god. That, I think, what is his name? What is his name? Now I want to know. Herbert. Yeah. Herbert P. Bear. Oh my god, that man. Once you join like that secret agent society or agency or whatever, you basically unlocked like access to other types of tasks and mini games and things like that, where it could be something as like you get a letter and it could be like a part of a picture for where Herbert might be, and you try to like, you're basically trying to find him and whatever. But it was cool because it kind of felt like a scavenger hunt, but then there were some things that you had to do, like you had to like play a mini game to find like an Easter egg basically, and it's supposed to be a clue to finding Herbert and his location and trying to stop him from what he was doing. I don't know if he was trying to take over the world, but something like that. But it was so cool because I was just like, you went from being like a little penguin living life with your puffles and your cool clothes and working at the pizzeria to like being a master of card jujitsu and being a secret agent. Like, it was so cool. I feel like it's very nice that I kind of just like remember going through this, playing this, just being a kid on my like laptop, or you know, I had like a Windows something, and it was just like I had so much fun. And this was before social media, at least for me, and I was just like, this was such a vibe. And it kind of sucks that Club Penguin died. I mean, it technically they discontinued 2017, yeah, and that's long after I stopped playing, because like I said, I kind of was, after the secret agent thing, I wasn't really playing as much anymore. I know they put in other stuff after, but I was just like, it is what it is. Like, I'm kind of over it. I think I was more getting into like console games anyways. But I'll never forget this game. This game definitely has a little place in my heart. But I just want to know, like, what do you guys think? You know, have you played Club Penguin? If you have, how obsessed were you with it? Because it can't just be like me, you know what I mean? But if you haven't, what does this game look like to you? Like, I'm so curious to know like both sides. Like, if you played it, let me know. If you didn't play it, does this game look like so boring? I hope at some point maybe they might do something with Club Penguin again. Even if they made it like a little mobile game or something, I think that would be very nice. I think we're in an age where like nostalgia is so important to us, and a lot of us are kind of just like reminiscing about things that we used to do when we were younger, and it's just like kind of coming back full circle. If they brought back Club Penguin, I feel like there would be such a big following, you know? And like I said, even if it was just like a little mobile app, kind of like that Animal Crossing Pocket Camp game, you know, something like that. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just enough for us to kind of just feel that like youth wonders again, you know? Again, very sad that it's not a thing anymore. Happy that it was a part of my life. And yeah, that was nice. I hope you guys enjoyed this little time in the nostalgia nook. If you like this type of content, let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys all think. And if you do like me talking about this, because I just love talking about things that I really like. So if you want to hear more, let me know. If there's any suggestions, also let me know. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching, of course. I hope you had a cozy time. I hope you went down memory lane and it was bliss. So I guess I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!